9/11. You see they line their pockets, don't believe the lies they tell you. Find and seek the truth, realize we need to do whatever it is we can to protect our livelihood. It's time for us to prove whether conspiracy or not. They owe some explanations to the questions that we got. What are the skull and bones? What is lying beneath all these secretive meats? Got you lying between your teeth. What's with the Bilderberg? I'm burning your effigies. I'm praying to Lucifer. How Satanist can you be? While all of the time praying you believing in the peace just to keep up appearances within Christianity. Come on.
Iron Mountain, okay. Iron Mountain is pretty much the U.S. government's shredding company. That's what it is. N.S.A. Part 1. Okay, they go through shit. They go through shit manually. With their own eyes and their own hands. They take out what they want. They archive it. Put it in vaults. Under a huge fucking mountain. The information that they want to get rid of and don't want anybody to see, they shred. The information they want to get rid of and don't care if people see goes to the N.S.A. for them to dig through and put in their database. Now, that was created in 1951. 1961. Good old President Kennedy's in there. This wasn't an executive order from him, but an executive order by the Department of State. Department of State Publication 7277. Okay, just type in Executive Order 7277. Or just type in 7277. Now, for all you morons out there buying the fucking talk of the liar-in-chief that we don't want to take your guns. Who wants to take your guns? Nobody wants to take your guns. Read, fools. This new program provides the progressive reduction of the war-making capabilities of nations and the simultaneous strengthening of international institutions to settle disputes and maintain the peace. It sets forth a series of comprehensive measures which can and should be taken in order to bring about a world in which there will be freedom from war and security for all states. 3 principles it's based on. So look for them, because they're coming. 1. Strenuous and uninterrupted effort toward the goal of general and complete disarmament. At the same time, important that specific measures be put into effect as soon as possible. Meaning, they don't want to overreach. Don't overreach. Okay, you see people starting to get angry, back off a little bit. 2. The control organization must have the manpower, facilities, and effectiveness to assure that limitations or reductions take place as agreed. Department of Homeland Security. It must also be able to certify to all states that retained forces and armaments do not exceed those permitted at any stage of the disarmament process. So, they have a limit. There's an inseparable relationship between the scaling down of national armaments on the one hand and the building up of international peacekeeping machinery and institutions on the other. Nations are unlikely to shed their means of self-protection in the absence of alternative ways to safeguard their legitimate interests. This can only be achieved through the progressive strengthening of international institutions under the United Nations and by creating a United Nations peace force to enforce the peace as the disarmament process proceeds. Now, a lot of this shit ties in with Homeland Security, DHS, and Iron Mountain. President Kennedy signed this, by the way, which is why it's not under executive order. Goals and objectives. The overall goal Well, disarm. We just want peace. We want everyone disarm. We want peaceful world. Yeah, remember at the end of World War II when they said that was the war to end all wars? We'll never have another war again. That war was so bad. Oh my goodness. Hallelujah, no more wars. In order to make possible the achievement of that goal, the program sets forth the following specific objectives towards which nations should direct their efforts. The disbanding, number one, the disbanding of all national armed forces and the prohibition of their reestablishment in any form whatsoever. Let me stop right there. We don't want your guns, Obama. It's the first fucking objective that you have, asshole. And I didn't even finish the first fucking sentence. Okay, all national armed. They're already disarmed, folks. I don't know if you know this or not. But since 1994, our military is not allowed to carry weapons on their base. Did you know that? Well, did you know that there was a bunch of them right fucking there at the Fort Hood shooting? Who were all going like this, looking for their gun, before they realized they didn't fucking have one. Who's the fucking dumbass fucking moron that would do something like that? Disarm your own military? Well, the fucking moron was President Clinton. It was one of his first things he did when he got in office. Why would someone do that? For one reason and one reason only. The government is afraid of the military. Why would the government be afraid of the military? Their own military. I think you could put two and two together here. If you can't, I feel real sorry for you. Prohibition. Now, it also says that they want a prohibition for reestablishment in any form whatsoever. Meaning if some other law or some shit like that comes into play, anything at all comes into play, no, you can't overrule them. That's it. They are using our Constitution against us now. And I want to tell you folks something. This little book right here, see it? Every single one of these pages, every single one, is punishable by death if it is broken. Meaning, if any one of these rights is eliminated, some people need to die. Can you folks name some rights or amendments that we've lost? There's one page anyway. Yeah, all those in red? Yeah, they're all gone. Yep, all gone. Let's read some of the gone ones, huh? The right to privacy and security against unreasonable searches and seizures. Search what? I really can't even get into this. They're using our Constitution against us. They're just pointing the words and twisting the words so that it's, it works for them. It's pretty much everything that's in our Constitution, except it's against the people, and the people are disarmed. Okay? like I keep saying and trying to pound into people's fucking heads, it's the people versus the government. This is it. This is it. This is the last war. This is the war to end all wars. And it's not the last days. It's the last days of being morons, yeah. Because there is a spiritual revolution coming. Spiritual awakening. There's somebody coming back. And I don't give a fuck if you believe in them or not. To tell you the truth, I hope you don't believe in them. Because I want all the fucking scumbags just away from us. I don't want to be on the same fucking planet with any of you. The technology and the history that you've hidden from us. I don't want to begin to tell you the things that I would like to do to you for keeping that from the people. Think of the things destroyed. I'm going to go through that in the next video, though. I could, folks, we're not even a quarter of the way through the page. Peace in accordance with the principles of the United Nations. Let's just go down here. As states relinquish their arms, the United Nations must be progressively strengthened in order to improve its capacity to assure international security and peaceful settlements of disputes. This armament must proceed as rapidly as possible until it's completed in stages containing balanced, phased, and safeguarded measures. Each measure and stage should be carried out in an agreed period of time, with transaction from one stage to the next to take place as soon as all measures in the preceding stage have been carried out and verified, and as soon as necessary arrangements for verification of the next stage have been made. What is the next stage? Inspection and verification. Must establish both that nations carry out scheduled limitations or reductions and that they do not retain armed forces and armaments in excess of those permitted. So they're going to say how many troops you can have and shit like that. Disarmament must take place in a manner that will not affect adversely the security of any state. Meaning, they don't want to cause a ruckus. Let's do it done nice and fast and quiet. We don't want the people getting aroused or awakened. In case you fucking sheeple out there ain't awake yet. They don't want our guns. Let me tell you, when you got the US, when you got the UN in your country, it's time to shit your pants. It's time for you to head for the hills. Well, guess what, assholes? There's United Nations vehicles stationed right over at McClellan Air Force Base, about 12 miles from me. Been there for almost a year now. Waiting. There's other cities, not just here. Type it in, you'll see it all over the fucking country. The UN is only in fucking countries for one reason. And all I'm going to tell you is, these are the fucking the real terrorists. These are the people that wipe out entire fucking villages. Dickheads. That's their name. They call them dickheads. You ever notice the helmets like penises? That's done on purpose, folks. How about the backwards flag? The fucking troops haven't figured that one out yet? Hello, you're wearing a backwards flag, asshole. That don't tip you off to nothing? Did you even ever question why the fucking flag is backwards? You know who does everything backwards, right? Yeah, you do. You people snap the fuck out of it. Try to take in everything I just said. Jeez, I wasn't fucking slow enough for you. Look, didn't even get into the fucking page. I'll be back with more on this. You can bet, man. you better pass on this type of stuff. You better download it, save it, do whatever. Fucking file an archive with Iron Mountain. I don't give a fuck.